Hello, my name is Cooper Lewis, and I'm here to talk to you today about yearly depreciation using sum of the year's digits. And so here's the problem statement. It is from problem set 3, number 5, and it asks, an asset has an initial cost of $45,000, and at the end of 4 years, the salvage value of the asset is $5,000. Apply the sum of the year's digits to calculate the depreciation only in year 2. And so before I started solving the problem, I wanted to go over some definitions and background for this problem. First of all, depreciation is defined as the declining value of assets. And this makes sense because when you buy a good new, it doesn't keep its value. As it doesn't stay new and shiny, and it takes wear and tear, and so it is over time as it's not as valuable as it was when you first bought it, and how this value decreases is called depreciation, and so an asset has an initial value, which refers to the original cost of the asset, which is usually found by just finding how much you actually paid for it. Then there's also the salvage value, which is the value of the asset at the end of its useful life. As assets usually have a finite useful lifetime, but its value at the end isn't zero, but it can still be sold, usually for parts. And then the sum of the year's digits is a method we'll use to calculate depreciation. As depreciation is hard to know exactly what it is, but this method gives us a good approximation. And I put the equation down here, which as you can see, that's the yearly depreciation, the depreciation for any given year, taken as the total depreciation times a factor that is defined as the useful years left divided by the sum of the year's digits. So now we can start to solve this problem. First of all, we need to extract some info from the problem. We need the initial value and salvage value, which will help us define the total depreciation, as well as the length of time, which we'll need to calculate the sum of the year's digits. So from the problem, we can see that the initial value is $45,000, the salvage value is $5,000, the length of time is 4 years. So now we can do some preliminary calculations before going to the actual equation. Now the total depreciation is the initial value minus the salvage value, which is $45,000 minus $5,000, which equals to $40,000. Then the sum of the year's digits, which is where this method gets its name, is just the sum of all the years. In other words, it is 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, which equals 10. And now we can start using the equation. And again, here's the equation as a reminder. And in the last slide, we found the total depreciation and the sum of the year's digits. And now we just need to know the useful years left. And that is defined as the amount of useful years for the asset at the beginning of each year. So in this case, at the beginning of year 1, the asset has a useful life left of 4 years, and at the beginning of year 2, it has a useful life left of 3 years, and so forth. So now we know all those values. We can just sort of plug and chug. And remember, 40,000 was the total depreciation, 10 was the sum of the year's digits, and then you have 4, 3, 2, 1. The useful time. And then we need to put it into the calculator, and we get these values. And again, the question is asking for the depreciation year 2, and the answer is $12,000, and that is the correct answer. And so, now you know how to calculate yearly depreciation using sum of the year's digits. Thanks for watching.